Cisco ISR 4331, and I will open the CLI, the command line. When you click enter, defaultly you will enter the user mode. In this mode, you don't able you don't able to configure such as IP address or hostname. You do not configure any configuration. It's actually only you can do, sorry, oh sorry, in the user mode there is very limited configuration such as session number, connect, disable, disconnect, enable, exit, logout, ping, resume, show, SSH, telnet, terminal, traceroute. That's very limited configuration. You can only use for verification such as ping or telnet to remote network. Yeah, it's very limited. So after the user mode, it's actually the hierarchical mode in Cisco. And the first is user mode. User mode, uh, it's a very limited command line. In this mode, very limited. Then the next mode is privilege mode. To entering the privilege mode, you should enable command enable. If you want to go back to user mode, you can type disable. Then you will back to user mode. If you want to go to privilege mode, you can only type enable. Then you go to privilege mode. In the privilege mode, you can configure all of configuration, all of command line, and the previous mode on user mode. If you got a trouble or you confuse what command you can enable on this mode, you can click shift and question mark. In the router, in the ISXE, in the privilege mode, you can using all this command line. All this command line. But actually, privilege mode always using for verification only, such as show, run, show IP interface brief, show VLAN brief. It's only for verification. And generally, I'm using this mode only for verification. To the next mode is the global configuration mode. And to entering the global config, you have to type configure terminal. Then you will enter the configuration mode. In this mode, you can configure all of configuration in user mode and privilege mode. But you should remember, if you want to enable the command line in privilege mode, you should type do in the first command. Do show run. You have to type do. But if in the privilege mode, you don't need to configure do. You don't need command do. But if the configuration mode, you need to for verification. Then I can configure IP address, hostname, and the other configuration in configure terminal, or we call it global configuration mode.